Today is the day, my friends, for the review of the new Blumhouse movie, The Woman in the Yard. And if you don't want any spoilers, now would be the time to jump off this train. Now, moving on to the review. The movie sees a mother named Ramona, played by Danielle Deadwyler, dealing with the loss of her husband due to a car accident while trying to raise two children, her eldest son Taylor and her younger daughter Estella. In the broad daylight on their farm, a mysterious woman in black, shrouded like a Grim Reaper-type character, sits on a bench staring stoically at the farmhouse. Her unnerving presence is initially written off by Ramona as a confused old woman who escaped from a nursing home. The mother tries to talk to the mysterious woman in the yard, who tells her the day is today. The unnerved Ramona discovers the chickens on the farm are all dead and bloodied in the presence of this mysterious, creepy woman. Ramona locks herself and her children in the house, making sure the windows and the doors are secured, as the family is both isolated by the fact that the electricity is down and all the phones are dead. The foreboding isolation they feel in the darkened farmed house, while the mysterious entity in black stoically stalks them, is brilliantly in stark contrast to the beautiful and bright sunny day that is going on outdoors. Meanwhile, Charlie the dog is presumed either dead at the hands of the magic shadowy woman or has ran away from her, since animals do sense evil. And of course, being a dog owner and a dog lover myself, I always hate it when dogs are victimized in any way in any movie, so already I consider this woman in the yard public enemy number one. In the movie, as the day progresses, the mysterious woman shrouded in black appears even closer to the farmhouse, and her presence closing in on the family causes the mother and her children to get angry at one another, almost like she is affecting their moods and darkening their attitudes. Eventually, night falls and the woman's presence slips into the actual home, forcing the family to take refuge in the attic. From here, the shadowy woman tries to attack them all, but the mother sacrifices herself so her children could escape to a neighbor miles down the road. The shadowy entity tries to persuade the mother to kill herself, but Ramona refuses and is reunited with her children, and Charlie the dog even comes back to be reunited with them. Yay! Well, that, my friends, is pretty much a simplistic nutshell description of this movie. I thought it was really well done in its pacing. The movie may feel like a slow starter, but this is designed to slowly build the tension, and this it does wonderfully. The movie also does a fine job at giving the viewer a feeling of isolation, as the family in this movie is essentially cut off from rescue due to their vehicle not working and their phones being dead and unable to recharge due to the electricity being off. The woman in the yard chillingly and slowly stalks the family in a way that is reminiscent to me of the zombies in George A. Romero's original classic Night of the Living Dead, as her presence through the movie is felt as she slowly becomes more and more of a threat before finally invading into the farmhouse to her victims. Unlike the Romero Night of the Living Dead zombies, however, this entity has the mental capacity that thrives off of causing the family tension. Furthermore, the minimalistic cast of five, the mother, the two kids, the woman in the yard, and the memories of the father shown in flashbacks, keeps the movie more intimate. Also, the minimalistic set gives the viewer a sense of claustrophobia, as the film mostly stays in the old farmhouse and the yard, save for a few flashbacks of the car accident. The actors playing the family of three does an expert job at giving the viewers the sense of urgency as the movie progresses. Likewise, Akwi Okpokwazali, and I'm sure I'm butchering her name, I'm very sorry, does a fantastic job at being a chilling menace from her stoic nature to her creepy voice. Ramona, the mother, asks for strength earlier in the movie as she looks to be praying to God. But the twisted woman in the yard, like the devil, twists this prayer to mean the mother is asking for strength to kill herself. In the end, however, Ramona does get her strength to stay with her children as she refuses suicide. This hope is also punctuated by the lights in the house coming back on at the end of the movie, and the family and the dog reunited. I think the chickens stay dead, however. I don't know. No word on them. Sorry, chickens. Ramona's secret is revealed as the movie progresses that she was the one indeed driving and not her husband during the accident that killed her husband and injured her. The woman in black preys on this weakness of pain and guilt. The movie also ends on a note of hope, with uncertainty if the woman in black was completely gone, but at the moment in the end of the movie she was temporarily defeated, leaving for a more open-endedness that while the family is struggling, they are together in the end happy. But they also retain the knowledge that the evil menace may still be lurking out there. They are strengthened, though, in their binding together. So who exactly is the woman in the yard? Well, rather than try to explain all the trippiness that happens toward the end of the movie, I'll just say that the woman in the yard is the dark thoughts of suicide, the depression that Ramona is dealing with. And when she defeats the depression and the suicidal thoughts, at least temporarily in that time, the woman in the yard disappears. The Woman in the Yard is quite different from the usual slasher and campy horror fare plus zombie movies that I normally watch, but I like to mix it up every now and then. If, however, you're not really into psychological horrors, this may not be your cup of tea. However, a guy who likes campy slashers like me enjoyed it, so you might give it a shot. I enjoyed the movie very much, and I also enjoyed the few jump scares that happened. I didn't jump, but it was fun to watch the couples and the teenagers and various parts of the theater squealing and screaming and holding on to each other. That gave me a pretty good laugh. Anyway, I think you'll enjoy the movie too, and thank you so much for watching this review. Please like, sub, and share, and watch out for the woman in the yard. Normally it's me hanging out in a woman's yard. I kid.